This video lesson is on the mass media and public opinion. What is public opinion and why is it so difficult to define? Public opinion can be described as those attitudes held by a significant number of people on matters of government and politics. People who have similar opinions on political issues are generally grouped according to whether they are left, right, or center of the political spectrum. Public opinion can be difficult to define because of both social and economic viewpoints on how the government should be run. We have socialists who want both economic and social equality and a big government to enforce it. We have liberals who want economic equality but social freedom. We also have conservatives who want the government to protect social traditions, but not to run the economy, and we also have libertarians who want both social and economic freedom and a very small government. How do family and education shape public opinion? Children first see the political world from within the family and through the family's eyes. Students are taught about political systems, patriotism, great Americans, and they will also take a course on government in high school. What additional factors shape public opinion? The mass media includes those means of communication that reach large, widely dispersed audiences simultaneously. Peer groups are made up of people with whom one associates with on a regular basis, including friends, classmates, neighbors, and coworkers. An opinion leader is any person who, for any reason, has an unusually strong influence on the views of others. Historic events can have a major impact on public opinion. The Great Depression is one event that shaped the political views and opinions of a generation. What are the challenges involved in measuring public opinion? Candidates who win an election are said to have a mandate or a command from the electorate to carry out campaign promises. In reality, however, election results are seldom an accurate measure of public opinion. Interest groups are private organizations whose members share certain views and work to shape public policy. Interest groups are a chief means by which public opinion is made known. The media are frequently described as mirrors as well as molders of public opinion. Public officials rely on frequent and wide-ranging contacts with their constituents, such as reading their mail, answering calls, and meeting people in public. Why are opinion polls the best measure of public opinion? Public opinion polls are devices that attempt to collect information by asking people questions. A straw vote is a method of polling that seeks to read the public's mind simply by asking the same question of a large number of people. However, the straw vote technique is highly unreliable. Serious efforts to take public's pulse on a scientific basis date from the 1930s. There are now more than 1,000 national and regional polling organizations in this country, with at least 200 of these polling political preferences. What are the 5 steps in the polling process? The universe is a term that means the whole population that the poll aims to measure. A sample is a representative slice of the total universe. Most professional pollsters draw a random sample, also called a probability sample. A quota sample is one that is deliberately constructed to reflect several of the major characteristics of a given universe. The way in which questions are worded is very important. The wording can affect the reliability of any poll. Pollsters communicate with the sample respondents using various methods, including person-to-person interviews, telephone calls, and mail surveys. Pollsters use computers to store and manipulate data, which helps them analyze and report the results of the poll. What are the challenges in evaluating polls? Potential problems with polls include their inability to measure the intensity, stability, and relevance of the opinions they report. Another potential problem is that polls and pollsters are sometimes said to shape the opinions they are supposed to measure. What are the limits on the impact of public opinion in a democracy? Public opinion is the major, but by no means the only influence on public policy in this country. Polls are also not elections, nor are they substitutes for elections. How does the mass media fulfill its role to provide the public with political information? The mass media is a medium. A medium is a means of communication, meaning it transmits some kind of information. 4 major types of mass media are particularly important in American politics. Politics and television have gone hand in hand since the technology first appeared. Today, television is the principal source of political information for a majority of Americans. The first newspapers carried mostly political news. Even with the total number of newspapers declining, they are still the second leading source of political information for most Americans. On average, Americans hear 20 hours of radio each week. The radio has been a source of news and entertainment since 1920. Some 12,000 magazines are published in the United States today. Several magazines are devoted to American news and politics. How does the mass media influence politics? The media plays a very large role in shaping the public agenda, the societal problems that political leaders and citizens agree need government attention. Today, television allows candidates to appeal directly to the people without the help of a party organization. What are the factors that limit the influence of the media? Only a small part of the public actually takes in and understands much of what the media have to say about public affairs. Many media sources skim the news, reporting only what their news editors judge to be the most important and/or most interesting stories of the day.